born and raised in Hong Kong. I bumped into Harry whilst he was visiting this beautiful city, and he is wanting to execute his own project, so we got in touch. So from my experience, it was actually a very challenging but a very fun process. I actually started off my first project, my first business, when I was like a fresh grad from college. It was an educational consulting firm actually. So what it means is that we send kids overseas to like top institutes, especially like Ivy League, Oxford, Cambridge, like all these schools that maybe probably most of you have heard about. It was a very tough process, I would say, because I started from nothing and no prior knowledge, no guidance. So I think the best thing to do is surround yourself with people who have the same mindset, who have the same vision, the same goals in life, and also like especially try and find yourself a mentor. You need all these like personal connections with different people in order to make yourself like moving forward, I would say. So like the people thing is the very first bit. Secondly, I would say you would definitely need to do some market research. Like apart from using Google, a very good way of doing it is actually finding your target audience. So let's say in my case, I knew that my target audience will be children because I was running an educational firm that sent kids overseas, and I know my target audience would be the ones who are able to pay for it. Because I mean, mentoring consulting fee is actually very expensive for most people. So my first thing to do was actually to do an MVP after my research. For example, let's say you do your research at the airport. You have people from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different gender, different ages. So once you have that crowd, once you know your target audience, you better narrow it down. So you start from a single point and solve the problem. So the next thing would be, okay, you have a target audience selected, and then you do your own MVP, a minimal viable product, so like a prototype, I would say. So from my experience, my prototype was actually basically a PowerPoint, and that's it. So something that is low cost. It could be a video, it could be like a short movie or whatever, and then it could be something, let's say if you're learning how to sing, it could be the first song that you've learned and you've memorized that you can perform in public. So that is an MVP for you as well. And from there on, you'll actually need to take it forward. Okay, so this is my MVP. I have my own PowerPoint now, so I will pitch it to the people that I can potentially do business with. So let's say my way of doing it was actually starting from private banks, because the clients are the wealthy ones who are able to afford the educational fee. So these are the people that I targeted, and from there on I actually gathered their feedback, their thoughts, and whether or not they're happy to pay for such services. So these are the things that you'll need to gather around and do the next part of execution, which is your beta stage. So the beta stage is actually more or less something that is more physical, something that looks more legit. Instead of like a PowerPoint, you probably have a website, you probably have a better understanding, or like a broader song list that you've learned if you're a singer. So, I mean, these are all the stages that you have, but I mean, after all, you have the beta stage, it's more a legit thing. You know whether or not you still want to continue, because I mean, like, giving up a project, giving up a dream can be very difficult for most people. But ultimately, is it what you want in life? You'll need to balance out the positives and the negatives, and whether or not you are putting too much into it that causes some kind of loss in your other parts of life. And apart from that, you definitely need to do a post-mortem stage, which is you need to review whether or not you've done something wrong, whether or not you didn't do it well because of blah blah blah, the reasons listed out. For example, this is what you want to do. You probably want to do it all over again for the next project that you want to do. So this is my advice for most of you, and especially it's very difficult for you to review yourself at each stage, so you don't spend too much time like digging into the same spot, digging into the same problem.